Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you. Another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks. Sampler platter videos, series of videos I do for the while, where I go over there and try out food and drink items. I eat the stuff, I drink stuff. Then, folks, I'm going to talk about the stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that, at the time I'm doing this, folks, do you know that it was only in the year 2022 when veteran character actor James Hong finally got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame? How ridiculous is that? I think the guy's like 90 plus years old. He's been in some of the greatest movies of all time, and he just finally got one. Shenanigans, folks. I declare shenanigans. I mean, I'm glad he's got it now. I'm glad he was able to get it while he was still around, appreciate, the honor being bestowed upon him, but that's ridiculous. But anyway, folks. I'm in the back room, which means I got a Peter Can Thunderbolt poster behind me. I got a crappy old ladder off to the side. I got some Marvel figures up there. And folks, I'm wearing a cool shirt. When I wear a cool shirt, I like to highlight the shirt. So what cool shirt am I wearing? Boom! It's my If You're Thinking You Are Winning shirt, which is actually my Flowbot shirt. If you're not familiar with Flowbots, they are a band. I refer to them as sort of artisanal hip-hop, I guess is the best way to put them. But they're a group that was most prominent during the sort of mid to late 2000s area. They had the song, big hit was the song Handlebars. Sadly, that ended up kind of being their one like big song of note, which is a shame because like that whole album is fantastic, and they've actually continued on since then. But I love those guys. I actually got to see them perform last year. It's actually where I got the shirt. It's also where I went over there and took a couple videos of their show, which is on this very channel, just in case you're interested. Maybe you're somebody who liked the Flowbots back in the day, and I'm kind of reminding you of them. They're still at it, and if you get the opportunity, please see them live. They're an amazing live group. And their music's just really good. But anyway, that aside, folks, what am I doing for you here? What's going on? What's the whole thing? Well, star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, right? Segue into, boom, Starry. Look at it. It's a thing. Ha ha ha. Yes, indeed, folks. This is the Starry Lemon Lime Soda. I believe it's from Pepsi. You're from Pepsi, right? I think you're from Pepsi. Yeah, PepsiCo. Okay, so Starry is at the time I'm doing this is a brand new lemon lime drink that Pepsi just released. But it's not just a new drink. That's not the only thing that's going on here. Because in order to, go over there and display this one, bring it out, they had to go over there and knock off their original lemon lime soda, which was Sierra Mist. So this is the replacement for Sierra Mist to, of course, go over there and kind of hopefully tackle against the two lemon lime giants, which are Sprite and 7-Up. Sierra Mist was always a distant third. There's no two ways about it. But it was pushed by Pepsi, so it still had some name brand recognition, even if they did bizarrely decide to go over there and rename it Mist Twist for a little while, kind of a midlife crisis thing. But yeah, I guess Pepsi just finally decided to go over there and nix the Sierra Mist, create a lemon lime soda for Gen Z. Which, as far as I understand, generations are drinking less and less soda, so I don't really know that this is going to help that. But I'm obviously going to try it out. But the question has to be asked, folks. Is it just rebranded Sierra Mist? Because it could be. Now, if only I went over there and had some Sierra Mist to go over there and try it against. But of course, all of the Sierra Mist has been replaced by Starry. How could I possibly make that happen? Oh, boom, goddamn way down, Brandon Wenzel. Thumbnail. Yes, indeed, folks, I managed to find some of the last Sierra Mist in the state of Illinois. And I went to a number of places trying to find some. I finally gave up. And then, just last night, I went over there. I was making my way back from a friend's place. I decided to stop off at a little 7-Eleven, and they still had some. So I'm going to try the Starry, and I'm going to compare it to the Sierra Mist. We'll see what this new one has to offer. I've yammered for a while, so. I like a lemon lime soda. I'm more of a Sprite guy than a 7-Up guy, but I'm perfectly fine with either. Smells like a lemon lime soda, if I'm entirely honest with you. Let's give it a shot. it feels, excuse me, it feels smoother than 7 Up or Sprite. Like, if you go over there and you take a big swig of either of those, you get a pretty nice crispness, like a nice crisp bite to both of those sodas. So that's part of the reason why, like, for me, personally think that Sprite has a better bite to it than 7 Up, which is why it's personally my preference. I like that. This is more smooth. I'm not getting a lot of bite. It's still crisp, it's still refreshing, it's still a lemon lime soda, but it feels more subdued than the other two. Yeah. Um, okay. I mean, if that's what they're going for, then I guess I understand it. Now, the only thing is, for me, if they're going to go over there and they're going to, bring out a new lemon lime soda to compete, okay, but then you have to go over there and do something to make it stand out. The last major lemon lime soda that came into the fray was Mountain Dew Ice, and I actually personally liked it. A lot of people are like, "Where it's just Mountain Dew Sprite," and yeah, I mean it was a lemon lime soda, obviously, but I actually felt that it had a certain amount of personality and character to it. Even that didn't end up standing up. So with this, I have to admit I'm immediately kind of disappointed because I was hoping, what with this being their new effort, they would have tried to do something new with it. Maybe tweak the formula, swing it harder, lemon or lime or whatever. But to me personally, it kind of just feels weaker, and maybe that's the idea behind it. Like I said, they're trying to market it towards younger generation. Maybe they're trying to dial back the carbonated carbonation aspect of it. Maybe that's the idea of the formula, which seems a little bit weird because like right now you have like all of the carbonated seltzers and waters and stuff coming out. I mean, I don't mind it, but I don't really feel like it has a lot of personality to it. It's a perfectly fine drink, but it's not doing a lot for me, if I'm honest with you. Now that said, like I said, I have to now go over there and compare it against the Sierra Mist, which I personally enjoyed Sierra Mist. Was still the third out of three for me, but I enjoyed it. So it'll be interesting to see how this stands up against it. If Sierra Mist is more representative of, an older style of carbonated beverage, or, again, maybe it's just the same. I mean, it's different color bottle. Not that I think that means anything, but... Whoa. Okay. Let's see if I can get anything from the... Oh, it's a little bit... They do smell a little bit different, so yeah, at least that's points in the favor of it not being just a relabeling. Okay, I will say this right off the bat: they are different. No two ways about it. It's actually here's an interesting thing. Starry is made with high fructose corn syrup, whereas comparatively, Sierra Mist is made with real sugar. Okay, okay, so that's interesting because I know that we are, as a nation here in America, we're trying to dial back the sugar content of things, but they're both still 240 calories. Sodium's a little bit higher on the Sierra Mist. Total carbs are a little bit higher on the Starry. Excuse me. Oh, little less sugar in the Sierra Mist. So it's interesting that they're trying to rebrand this but it's using high fructose corn syrup instead of real sugar. And then on top of that, it actually has greater sugars. Yeah, it has more sugar in it, those are both two trends that we seem to be moving away from, not towards. So it's interesting that they decided to go over there and do that. It might also, excuse me, it might also account for the fact that I personally think the Sierra Mist is better. Like it has more personality to it. It's still, I don't think it's quite as good as like Sprite or 7 Up, but there's definitely more to it. It has more oomph to it. Whereas with Starry, I would say that Starry is a perfectly fine lemon lime beverage. It's very clean. It's just, but in doing so, like I said, it lacks a lot of personality. It's very kind of meh. Whereas at least with the Sierra Mist, yeah, it's not going to be my favorite, but I appreciate the fact that A, it tastes like a Sierra Mist, and then B, it's trying to do something. Whereas with the Starry, I really don't know what the hell they're going for with that. If you had asked me which of these two I thought was the precursor and which one was the sequel, I would have definitely said, with the exception of maybe the branding is definitely more on point with a little bit modern style branding. It's very sort of Steven Universe style. I would have assumed that the Starry came first because, like I said, it's got high fructose corn syrup. It actually has more sugar in it. But at the same time, in terms of personality and flavor, I would say that personally it has less. Whereas, at least with the Sierra Mist, like I said, it's got the real sugar, it has less sugar in it, and yet it still has a greater abundance of personal flavor. So, yeah, I don't know, folks. I personally am going to say that I feel like and I'm glad I waited to go over there and do a proper comparison. I really am, because I feel like I might have been more willing to give this a pass if I didn't have the Sierra Mist to actually go over there and compare it to. Um, yeah, I feel like this one's a little bit of a letdown. It's certainly not a bad drink, but I question the necessity of its existence. When you already had a solid lemon lime soda out there, which granted, yeah, it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't going to crack 7 Up or Sprite, but at least it had some name brand recognition to it. And then now you have this, which now you're trying to sort of rebrand. And I mean, yeah, it's going to give you a bump in sales initially because, people are going to be interested. They want to try a new product. But the new product I don't know, for me, I just don't think it's all that good. Again, that's not to say it's bad. It's fine as a lemon lime soda. It really lacks personality and punch. And for me, that's a big determining factor. Like, if I'm going to drink a soda and I'm going to, tie it against one brand versus another, a lot of times it does come down to just the little details that go over there and, spice up the soda to make it, feel a little bit more personal. With Starry, I don't feel like that's there. I feel like it's just very generic. Yeah, it's clean. Like I said, it drinks smooth. It's fine lemon lime taste for what it is, but it's a little bit meh. Yeah. Sorry, Pepsi, I like you, but I personally think that this one's a miss for me. Even though it's not bad, you already had this available. I would personally, and I'll be entirely honest, they might go back to it. If the Starry doesn't catch on, I could see them potentially going over there and trying to bring back Sierra Mist in a year or so. But that's just me speculating. Anyway, folks, this has been a long one. I'm going to get out of here. 5 things for you before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of the week, monumental rest of the month, stupendous rest of the year. And folks, if you could go over there and have yourselves a truly Sierra Misty rest of your life, which admittedly isn't that great at the moment because, well, like I said, 3rd place out of 3, and then now you've been discontinued. But at the very least, you have personality and there's a mountain on your bottle. Ha! Final two things, folks. Number one, try to bring some positive in your world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But, folks, what you do if you can't do it all the time? I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you do, folks. You try not to be an asshole. Now, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to do, folks, especially we live in a world where they're going over there and retiring perfectly good lemon lime sodas and giving us some rather generic, kind of unimpressive sodas. That can be upsetting. I'm sure there are big Sierra Mist fans out there who are outraged, and rightfully so, given the replacement. Now, all that said, even with that being the case, even when we're frustrated with sodas, take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, try to do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, maybe you're going to go over there, and maybe you're going to try yourself some Starry, as I have done here today. And, you know what, maybe as opposed to me, maybe you're going to be like, Brandon, I don't know what the fuck you're sniffing. This is some good shit right here. Now, that's perfectly fine. We're allowed to have differing opinions. I prefer the Sierra Mist versus the Starry, but maybe you disagree. It's fine. But I think what we all can agree upon is the sad loss of Mountain Dew Ice. And I feel like, as a nation, we've been denied that too long. So maybe we go over there, we get some sort of a support group going, it builds across the world, we get chapters in every single, state. We get Mountain Dew Ice back, but then we go too far. We become corrupt, and it's a whole thing, and, we're doing, there's shady backdoor dealings and stuff like that and everything. Maybe we're getting Mountain Dew flavors back that nobody even wants back. But we're getting it done because we have that kind of leverage now. Mountain Dew Mafia, folks. Or conversely, you could not do that, and maybe just go over there and try yourself out some Starry and see how you like it. Even if I didn't think it was all that great. Bye.